I'd like to bring up on stage NetSuite customer, business partner, and my buddy, CMO and COO of Steiner Sports, Kelvin Joseph. Kelvin, come on up on stage. Give him a hand. All right. Kelvin. Thanks, man. You're looking good. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it, buddy.
All good.
All right. So people have seen the activation out there and all the athletes. Why don't you tell them a little bit about what Steiner Sports does and how you guys got started?
We're living the dream. We sell happiness. You enjoyed that, right? All right. So Steiner Sports started with $4,000 and like a busted Mac computer in 1987. No money. There was no cell phones. There was no internet. So in order to get in contact with an athlete, it was virtually impossible. You had to have their home phone number and they needed to be home. So it's a really amazing business. There's been a lot of transformation. A lot of people know us for being the world leader in sports autographed merchandise, but we also use the power of sports to help businesses grow. So let's do it.
Yeah, you know, what I love about Kelvin is whenever we have a conversation, you always talk about the power of experiences. So can you elaborate on that? What does that mean, the power of experiences, and how that helps companies grow?
Right. So all of you in the audience have great businesses, but if all you do is talk about your business, it makes it less interesting for the people that are listening to you talk, right? So at the end of the day, if we talked only about technology for the last 4 days, it'd be kind of boring. But you had a little bit of fun at the rock concert. That was an experience. We're going to have this experience with Magic Johnson. We had this experience with Dennis Rodman. It enhances it. Even something as great as SuiteWorld could be enhanced. And I try to bring that to a huge company like NetSuite is great, but I try to bring that to smaller businesses and make it doable for them.
You place a lot of value on relationships. You are probably one of the most connected people that I know. Can you talk about why that's so important?
Well, we've all heard the term, we want to dig our well before we're thirsty. But let's imagine this relationship. There's a relationship that you might have with a customer or a prospect. Every time you call them or email them, you're asking them for money. What kind of relationship is that? You're a bill collector. Don't turn your business into a collection agency. You want to build relationships with people and add that value to their company and help them what they need to deal with, and that's how you get the business. It's almost making friends before you need them. And just, can I do a shameless plug? Are those allowed?
We've never done a shameless plug here before.
So, in order for me to build a lot of relationships, I use LinkedIn, because what people could do is they could connect with me, and then they could see what I'm doing for other companies, and they could say, that's interesting. Maybe I want that. Because there's one key thing, and this is for all of our businesses. People do not want to be sold, but they love to buy, right? So I'm not going to sell you on anything, but in this shameless plug, I'm going to give you something, and here it is. You ready? All right. For everyone in this audience, and I checked with accounting, I can afford to do this.
You're the COO.
I'm going to give everyone in this audience a $50 gift card for their kids from my merchandise business, and for your business, if you connect with me on LinkedIn, I'm going to give you a free growth analysis on how you can use the power of sports to grow. You like that?
All right.
You like it? All right.
We're just giving stuff away up here, folks. All right. I want to talk a little bit about your business, though, because your business has been through a transformation, right? Talk a little bit about how you moved from selling a product to now, obviously, being in effectively the services business.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like, an autograph used to mean that you met an athlete, right? But with technology and the cell phone, if you met someone, you should have a selfie with that person, right? It's all about the experience. Like, oh, I met this person, I have a signed autograph. You know, it's a little different. The world changed a little bit. So people want a picture that they could share on the internet immediately versus a signed ball that they could keep in their closet. So we had to really transition the business. But what I found is that a lot of businesses are trying to get decision makers together. And some of them spend a lot of time doing it. So to get 50 C-level executives in a room It's been hard for people to do that. So I'll blow into a city, and I'll get a sports celebrity from that city, and then we'll get all the C-level executives in that city in one room at one time. And I've been saving sales teams weeks and weeks by doing that.
I want to talk a little bit about how you run Steiner, okay? There's a lot going on in your business. How do you maintain focus so that you're narrowing in and zeroing in on the right things?
Well, I'll tell you, good help is hard to find, right? But in order for you to stay focused as an executive, you have to have good people. But good people are not going to want to work with you if you're not good. Good to them, encouraging them, and giving them that right culture. The first thing that most entrepreneurs do is they kill the entrepreneurship in their employees by creating all these rules and creating all these barriers. So the reality of it is that it's so important for me to focus on building that entrepreneurism within the people that are in my organization so I could do my thing, so I could hang out with you, we have the same haircut, you know, it's all good.
Brothers from another mother, man. Last question I got to ask you. You look back, what's the one piece of advice you could have told Kelvin when you just got started in business? What's the one pithy thing that you learned?
Yeah, I would say this. One thing I would have told myself, and you know, when you achieve a lot of success, and I didn't come from a lot of success, I had to drag myself up, you can't lose yourself in that. Our humility needs to exceed our ability. And when we see somebody acting small, we need to be the bigger person and show them and be the change that we're trying to see in this world. This world's changing, and we need to be a part of that change, and we need to drive that change. That's how we're going to grow.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Kelvin, thanks so much, bud. I appreciate it. Kelvin Joseph, Steiner Sports. Thanks, man.